Can't hear you, Tejaswini.
Can you hear me now?
Ah,
Okay. Good morning, Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmasters and fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. My name is Tejaswini and I am your Sergeant at Arms. On behalf of all women and entrepreneur Toastmasters Club, a warm welcome to everybody in this meeting. Everyone in their life has a mission to achieve. Likewise, this club also have a mission. Our mission is to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. There are few guidelines I would like to mention before we begin. It will help to create a respective, engaging environment. As a Toastmaster, we focus on discussion of constructive dialogues and growth. So please be mindful when you are talking about topics related to sex, religion, and politics. Please keep yourself on mute when you are not actively participating or contributing. This is to minimize background noise so that it will be not disturbing to the speakers. I request everyone to be on camera so that we can have an interactive session and we can see your beautiful smiles. If you need to step away briefly, please feel free to turn off your camera temporarily. Keep a water bottle next to you so that you don't have to step away unnecessarily. Please use heart emojis, other reactions provided in the Zoom meeting to show your appreciation to the speakers. Last but last and most important, don't forget to enjoy and participate in the meeting. Now, let me introduce you to the presiding officer. She is a dedicated Toastmaster since 2023, a proud member of All Women and Entrepreneurs Toastmasters Club. She has served several officer roles and she is currently serving as the Vice President membership. She is a passionate songwriter who shares her original songs on her YouTube channel. Let me invite our presiding officer, Toastmaster Amanda. Over to you, Amanda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tejaswini, for that warm introduction and for setting the tone of the meeting so beautifully. A very good morning to all the distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, and my dear members who have joined in on this Tuesday morning for our meeting today. A very warm welcome to all of you. As the presiding officer for today, I declare meeting number 230 of the All Women and Entrepreneurs Toastmasters Club officially open. Let me quickly recap the last meeting that we had. Our Toastmaster of the day was Toastmaster Anuba, and she did an amazing job. We had an awesome and engaging education session about the fundamentals of a humorous speech by Toastmaster Pavitra. I was the table topic master, and we had 5 wonderful table topic speakers. For guests who have joined in, let me talk a little about Toastmasters International. Toastmasters International is a non-profit educational organization which was founded by Dr. Ralph C. Smedley in the year 1924 with over 3 lakh members over 150 countries with more than 14,700 clubs. This is a platform where we get to meet new friends, meet like-minded people, and most importantly, develop our confidence and public speaking skills. You have seen the poster and you know what the theme is, and I know you are excited for this meeting. So let me introduce you to the Toastmaster of the day. She is from Spell Wizard Advanced Toastmasters Club and is currently serving as a Surgeon at Arms and the VP Education of her club. She is a chartered accountant with rich experience in banking and telecom sectors. She enjoys music, pencil sketching, reading books, cooking new recipes, and playing chess. Please welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sucharita. Over to you.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Amanda, for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. I'm your host for today, and I'm excited to take you on a journey with one simple goal: to make sure we all leave this meeting a little better than we arrived. So, before we begin, I want to ask everyone a question. If you could improve one thing about yourself today, what would that be? Anyone? It could be communication, confidence, listening. Toastmaster Tejaswini, how about
Listening.
you? What would you? I'm sorry?
Communication.
Communication. Fantastic. Anybody else?
Listening.
Perfect. One more participant, please.
Writing fast.
Fantastic. Interesting. So we all chose different upgrades. But has anyone noticed unique thing in the response we had? None of us said, I'm perfect. I don't need an upgrade. That's right. We naturally looked for the next version of ourselves. And that is the thought I would like all of us to carry through today's meeting. Infinite upgrade. Now let me ask you all one more question. Why do we upgrade our phones and laptops? Any responses, please?
To avoid cybersecurity.
Perfect.
New version?
I'm sorry?
New version? New version?
Perfect. Yes.
Storage.
Exactly. Perfect. So we upgrade for better camera, better speed, better features, and better security or better experience. Yes. But we don't upgrade because the old phone suddenly stopped working. We upgrade because the new version can do more, right? So similarly, we upgrade ourselves because we are capable of more than what we think. And I think every upgrade follows a simple 4-step formula. That's awareness, what I want to improve. At preparation, we prepare, practice, and refine our efforts in the area we choose to upgrade. And then improve our speeches or skills or whatever area we chose. Performance, and then the feedback. And then we move on to our next upgrade. So let's begin our journey. In today's meeting, we have 3 segments. First, we have prepared speeches, followed by table topics, and then evaluations. I would now like to introduce our general evaluator and her tag team. Our presiding officer, Toastmaster Amanda, has 2 hats to wear today. She'll be playing the role of general evaluator as well. So please join me in welcoming our general evaluator, Toastmaster Amanda, who will explain her role. Over to you, Toastmaster Amanda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sucharita. The purpose of a general evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I'll be taking notes on everything that happens and doesn't happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I'll be giving my report. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amanda. And I would like to now introduce our most important team, the tag team. So in our tag team, our first tag member is someone who helps us upgrade our speech delivery, but without upgrading our speaking time. Let's welcome our timer, Toastmaster Pradyumna. Toastmaster Pradyumna is a member of WiproBeat's Toastmasters Club, a certified clinical nutritionist. He won 5 consecutive Triple Crowns, 3 times Pathbreaker, and twice runner-up in ISC Area Level 1 in TT, Evaluation, and HSC. He played various XCOM roles, Sergeant at Arms, VPE, Treasurer, President, VPPR, all contest roles except CJ. He's an open book for all, but there's an extra page. He always finds fun in everything, and if he sleeps, even Oppenheimer can't wake him up. Overall, he believes in I am you, you are me. So let's join our hands together and welcome Toastmaster Pradyumna to take us through his role. Over to you, Toastmaster
Thank you.
Pradyumna.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sucharita. Check. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Please pardon me. I can't be visible. If possible, I will show myself at the end because today I'm here to time your speeches. We have three segments. I said there are two speeches, prepared speeches, which are 5 to 7 minutes, and likewise two evaluations, which are 2 to 3 minutes, and we will have table topics. For speeches, I will be showing green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. Please note, if you speak either less than 4 minutes and 30 seconds or more than 7 minutes and 30 seconds, you shall be disqualified. For evaluations, green at 2 minutes, yellow at 2.5, red at 3. If you speak less than 1 minute and 30 seconds or more than 3 minutes and 30 seconds, disqualified. And for table topics, it's 1 to 2 minutes, 1 minute green, 1.5 yellow, and 2 minutes red. If you speak less than 1 minute and more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you shall be disqualified. I shall come with my report when I'm called, and please have a demo of the timer cards. Right now, I'm showing the blue one. I need your voice confirmation.
Yes, Pradyumna. Yeah, we are seeing.
Great. It's green.
Yes.
Now it's the red.
Perfect.
Okay. Yellow, I forgot to add. I'll add it. So that should be visible. Thank you. Over to you,
Thank you.
Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pradyumna, for that detail about your role. I would like to now invite our next tag member. He's someone who helps us upgrade our fluency by catching those little filler words. Yes, our counter, Toastmaster Rahul Swami. Rahul Swami is a fitness enthusiast by passion and a marketing analyst by profession at Sanofi Hyderabad, with overall 4 years of work experience. An ambitious, strategic thinker with a knack for learning new things, he has come back again to Gabby's to continue his public speaking journey. In his free time, he loves to work out, spend time with his pet and his family. Let's give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Rahul Swami as he takes us through his role. Over to you, Toastmaster Rahul Swami.
Thank you very much for the warm introduction, Toastmaster of the Day, Sucharita. Very warm good morning to all Toastmasters and guests. I am the R counter of today's meeting, and as an R counter, my role is to take keen note of filler words, inappropriate interjections, crutch words, repetitive words, as well as unintentional short and long pauses. I would urge everyone to take at least 2 seconds if you are feeling to have any filler words so that you can reduce it and have a flawless speech. Thank you, and I will present my report at the end of this meeting. Back to you. Team one.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul Swami. And I would like to now invite our next tag member, who is someone who helps us upgrade our language one word at a time, our grammarian, Toastmaster Tejaswini. She's a software engineer who enjoys turning ideas into reality through code. When she's not coding, you'll probably find her creating art. She loves learning, exploring, and expressing her creativity both in technology and also in life. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Tejaswini, who will take us through her role for today. Over to you, Toastmaster Tejaswini.
Thank you, Sucharita, for the warm welcome. As a grammarian, my role is to listen carefully to everyone who speaks and observe their use of language, including interesting words, effective expressions, grammar, pronunciation, and any area where we can improve. So today I'll be listening for those little upgrades in our language. But okay. While everyone is speaking, I'll be listening for interesting or a powerful vocabulary they are using, good usage of word of the day, creative expressions and idioms, grammar and sentence constructions, pronunciations, opportunities where the sentence could be made clearer, or more effective. And for today's meeting, I have choose the word of the day as evolve, meaning to gradually develop and improve over time. Example, if we want an infinite upgrade, we must constantly evolve. And for today's phrase, I have chosen raise the bar, meaning to set a higher standard or improve expectations. Example, every challenge gives us an opportunity to raise the bar. And don't worry, I'm not here to catch the mistakes. I'm here to find opportunity for infinite upgrade. Thank you. Over to you, Suchit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tejaswini. That was wonderful. Now, going back to our theme, how many of you have watched 2026 Toastmaster World Championship public speaking speeches? Wonderful, Nitasha. Any more? Anybody else who has watched them? Okay. I suggest please go ahead and watch those. Wow, that's nice, Amuda. Wonderful. Can I just take a quick feedback? How did you guys feel about that speeches? Anyone who has watched? Nitasha, how about you?
Well, I had the opportunity very proudly to say that I actually watched it live in Vancouver. I was in the,
Fantastic.
so that was an absolutely mind-blowing experience to see the speeches on the world stage. Just the confidence that everybody exuded, the confidence in the preparation that they exuded on that stage was incredible and very, very inspiring.
Brilliant, Nitasha. Totally, I agree. It's truly inspirational to see them. But has anyone thought, that the world champions we saw on the stage were once speakers standing in a club meeting just like us? As they went through each challenging levels to reach the final stage, they had a choice: stay with the same version or upgrade. And we know they chose to upgrade. That's right. And I had the privilege too of witnessing last year's champion, Sabyasachi Sengupta. When he visited our club, his conversations, I still remember, they were magical. They were just not magical, but were loaded with wisdom. Interestingly, his winning speech, Just Nod, he shared that it went through several refinements. He sought feedback, made adjustments, and continued improving even close to the final day. Toastmasters International too later shared this. So essentially, that's what preparation looks like. Not simply preparing once, but refining what we have prepared until it becomes better. And that brings us to today's prepared speeches. Our speakers have taken an idea. They prepared, practiced, and are now ready to share their current version with us. So as you listen, don't just think how the speeches. Ask yourself, what did this speaker do particularly well? And perhaps what can I improve by watching them? With that thought, let's begin our prepared speeches. Please welcome Toastmaster Chandrasekhar to read out the speech objectives of our first speaker. Toastmaster Chandrasekhar is a mechanical architect in MR hardware engineering at Philips based in Pune. His core focus is on mechanical architecture and regulatory compliant hardware development for MR systems. He works closely with cross-functional teams, bringing together different perspectives to solve complex engineering challenges. Beyond his technical role, he genuinely enjoys traveling, meeting new people, and learning from different perspectives. His next step is about combining his engineering experience with collaboration and leadership to create a bigger impact. Please join your hands with me in welcoming our first speech evaluator, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, over to you.
Thank you, Sucharita, for warm welcome in the morning. And I see today word of the day is evolve. I think really did that evaluation already. So today's my target speaker is Toastmaster Chan, and speech title is The Circle That Continues. And the currently I mean to say I did not receive any specific things to evaluate it, so just I'll follow the format as is. Yeah, so now I would like to welcome, sorry, back to stage to Sucharita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. I would like to now invite our first speaker, Toastmaster Chanda. Toastmaster Chanda is from Amadeus Mic Drop Toastmasters Club. She's a functional architect with 16 years of experience in the software industry, and she enjoys solving problems for her customers. Though life with her toddler often gives her the most complex ones. Outside work, she's a curious learner pursuing her executive MBA, and she loves reading, watching movies, and traveling whenever life gives her a chance. Please put your hands together and welcome our first speaker for today, Toastmaster Chanda. Toastmaster Chanda, the circle that continues. The circle that continues. Toastmaster Chanda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sucharita. Good morning, everyone. How many of you have mentors? Probably everyone. Amazing. When we hear the word mentor, we imagine someone officially assigned to guide us. But if we look back, reflect on our lives, mentors are everywhere. As soon as we are born, parents become our first mentors. Teachers shape us during our school years. Siblings, friends, colleagues, partners, and even strangers influence us in some way or the other. And in Toastmasters, our mentors, my mentor is Vinuta, and all the members who give feedback to us change our lives and mentor us in a very meaningful way. I would like to take an opportunity to thank all of them, and let me tell you my story of how I found my first mentor at work. I started my career as a test engineer in a healthcare company. While I was a fresher, an experienced business analyst joined my team. His name was Dilip Kumar Jadhav. At the very first meeting, he stood out by asking impactful, insightful, thoughtful questions to senior leaders. Every question showed how deeply he understood the healthcare industry. Watching him, I thought, and this man really knows too much. And I made a brilliant plan in my mind to tackle him. Stay away from him. Because if I spoke to him, he would discover how little I knew. Unfortunately for me, he was an extremely social person. He pulled me into conversations about the industry, work, life, and occasionally also about how Bangalore people were slower when compared to Mumbai. After all, he was a Mumbaiker. Those conversations started changing me. I learned a lot about the healthcare industry. I learned to see things beyond testing. And I learned to understand business needs and connect them to technical solutions. And then came the conversation that changed my career. He one day said, Chanda, you should become a business analyst. I was shocked. Business analyst? Me? Let me tell you all, I was a very quiet person at that time, and business analyst role revolved around talking. I was not at all ready. But Dilip saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself. He saw my potential. He assured me to support me forever or whenever I needed. He gave me the confidence. And that assurance and confidence was enough for me to take the leap. To my surprise, I started loving the job. Once I felt the role was opposite to my personality, became the foundation of my career. And over time, Dilip became like an elder brother to me. Even today, I consider him as one of the most influential persons in my life. Not because he told me what to do, because he helped me understand my potential and helped me discover my true potential of what I was capable of becoming. Mentors do not command us, they don't challenge or they don't control us. They share experiences, offer perspectives, and show endless possibilities that we wouldn't have seen ourselves. Years later, life gave me a chance to be on the other side of the relationship. I was working as a product owner, leading a team of 10 people. When my Scrum Master decided to leave, we wanted someone to step into the room. Traditionally, in my company, technical people like developers took the Scrum Master role, but I saw potential in Aishwarya, who was not a developer but a tester at that time. I casually told her to try that role. She was really hesitant, and I completely understood how she felt. I was in the same boat earlier. Then I helped her clear the interview by letting her know her strengths and how she can showcase her patience level to tackle the problems, how she can guide the team in the Scrum Master role, and how the technical knowledge is really not a mandatory skill to become the Scrum Master. She cleared the interview, and I could support her even in her role even for a year or until she was confident. At that time, I did not realize I was mentoring. Maybe I was helping someone to grow or helping find a scrum master to my team, whatever. But when I started writing this speech, actually, I saw the connection. Dilip saw potential in me when I did not believe in myself. And I saw potential in Aishwarya when she did not believe in herself. So mentorship is not a straight line. It is a full circle. It is the circle that continues. We may not be able to repay our mentors directly, but we should pass on the leadership or the learnings forward. Perhaps the greatest way to thank a mentor is not just by words, it is to become a mentor for someone else. So, today, if you ask me, Chanda, how do you define mentorship? I would say mentorship is not about creating copies of yourself. It is about finding the person who wants help and help them discover a better version of themselves. Today, I would leave you all with one question. If you see someone at a crossroad who is wondering or confused what path to take, would you be the person who would guide them take the next step? Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chanda, for that amazing, wonderful speech. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I totally agree that mentors give us a focused approach to our journey and help us to evolve into a better version of us. Thank you. With this, I would now like to invite our Toastmaster Subia to read out the speech objectives of our second speaker. Toastmaster Subia Saudat is from Banjara Toastmasters Club. She is currently serving as VPM. She has completed Persuasive Influence and is a Triple Crown winner and was part of the D92 PR team. She completed JTP program for both years, have been a voting judge and played several other roles for the ISE and evaluation contest for 2025-26. Please join your hands with me in welcoming our second speech evaluator, Toastmasters Subia. Toastmasters Subia, over to you.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Sucharita, for that quick introduction. And it was really wonderful calling me there. And a very special good morning to Ishan, my target speaker. He will be delivering a speech of persuasive influence level 2, project 1. And the purpose of this project is to identify your primary leadership style or styles in others, what you have observed. Now, over to you, Sucharita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Subia. I would now like to invite our second speaker, Toastmaster Ishan Vikrant Malani. He is a 19-year-old studentpreneur from Mesa School of Business and IIM Bangalore. He is building an ice cream dessert brand called Swirlo. He has bagged Triple Crown and currently he is the treasurer of DET. Please put your hands together and welcome our second speaker for today, Toastmaster Ishan. Toastmaster Ishan, does it need any understanding? Does it need any understanding? Toastmaster Ishan.
Sorry, I'm actually sorry. I won't be able to stand today because I don't have any space here. So just apologies for that. But I'll try my best delivering it while sitting. Anyways, when I was in school, growing up as a young kid, I always thought I love doing everything in co-curriculars. I love participating in competitions. I love giving a challenge to my mind. I love tricking everything. And with everything comes a consequence. When a person has so much of audacity, he or she prepares something for their competition. And at the end, when they land up in the competition, end up doing something completely different. This is what used to happen with me, changing things at the last moment. Sometimes prepared a speech, but delivered a completely different one in the
Sorry to
competition.
interrupt, Ishan. Amuta, can we please mute the host? Can you please mute Amuta? Amanda, are you there? Amanda, are you there?
In the books, and so is the case with any oracle in Moses. I'm sure you must be looking at some
Who's the host?
But I don't see a need for necropolis.
Amuta, can you please mute?
Because both the times.
Sorry, Ishan, we couldn't hear you.
And yeah, and row number 8, like oracle Moses are actually. Again,
Amanda, are you there?
Could be a slight difference in the way we are looking at taxes for accuracy. Just to give you some context, in US GAAP,
I think Amanda herself is on another call. If there is a co-host, please mute everyone for some time.
No, there's no co-host, unfortunately. Let me call Amanda. I don't have Amuta's number. I'll call Amanda.
And we've already considered the
Yeah, I'll call her.
line number 9. And everything from serial number 2 to serial number 16 is not required to be considered, and both serial number 7 and 8 are already. I just want to kind of.
Okay, Amanda is going to do that. Yes.
I'll just go starting from the scratch again. Sorry for that. When I was a young kid, I understood that I love participating in competitions. I loved giving a challenge to my brain. But when you have such skills where you participate in every competition possible, be it speech, debate, pick and speak, leadership like competitions wherein you are put in a boat, something like a shipwreck, you get a lot of audacity. That's what was with me. With which, every time I prepared something, right before going to the stage, right before performing, I used to change it. My phenomenal art skills, such that when I used to go to make a tree, people would think I've made a cloud with a man standing. Even with such beautiful art skills, I'd once decided to change the whole Rangoli pattern in one Rangoli competition that I made. But every time I did that, every mistake, every error, every issue brought me to a different point, brought me to a different understanding, brought me to a place where I could understand how to delve through any situation, how to go through any situation, how to conquer any situation, how to win through any situation, and how to get out of any situation. This was what my childhood taught me. Till the age of 10 or 12, I think I've participated in more competitions than the total number of exams I have given till date. Till the age of 13, I think I had bagged more trophies than the number of A plus grades I had. Till the age of 14, I think I had more monitor badges than even sitting in the class. But all of this brought something innate in me, that was leadership skills. I always was considered as a born leader. So much so that once, when the school parliament head came to my class to encourage students to take part in the school parliament, they were like, Ishan showed his leadership skills previous year. Now it's time for you guys. And I'm like, oh my God, why? Why? Why me every time? I felt that I'm a great leader. Something that happens with early success is you feel that you're on top of the world. But I think the right thing happens to you is when some right mentor shows you the right face, shows you the mirror. With every great thing that I had, I even had weaknesses. There is no strength that is not backed by a weakness. And that was my case. This developed me into an impatient person. So much so that I don't have patience to wait for a second. So much so that my hyperactive brain sees at least 8 dreams every day that I sleep. So much so that whenever I'm doing any task, which should take any person 5 to 10 minutes, I want to do it in 5 seconds. For me, the conversion from minutes is to seconds. And that leads me to mess up. I know that it's important to not transfer pressure to the team, but I take so much of pressure that I'm not able to perform. But every time something such happens, there's a life changing moment that takes place in your life. For me, it was not an interaction, it was not a learning, it was nothing except for just one observation. A IPL match that I didn't see, I observed. I didn't watch a match because I observed it. I don't remember the date exactly, but it's somewhere around mid of April 2025. Being a big time Shreyas Iyer fan, just sitting in front of the TV after completing all my post 12th exams, relaxed. The day before, I had completed all the exams, relaxed, my favorite team playing with a bowl of popcorn in my hand, a Coca Cola can beside me, and then I just managed to sit without letting my eyes roll on tears. Shreyas playing against his previous team, the teams not losing, the teams being dismantled. So much so that my favorite player is out on 0 runs, a duck, in front of his previous team, the team against which he had the best IPL average. By the time the team even scored 100 runs, they were 8 wickets down. By the time they could go to 111, they were all out. Me disappointed. What will happen? But my gut said something. We'll win. We'll win. We'll win. And I'm like, what is my gut saying? Has my gut gone on some holiday or what? But the way Shreyas Iyer and his men came out to the field, fearless, different confidence, different energy, different smile on their face, and they just stood up. By the time the opposing team, Kolkata Knight Riders, was 70, they were just 3 wickets down. And then Shreyas Iyer and his men took the remaining 8 wickets in next 25 runs, the lowest ever target defended in the history of IPL. It came with calmness, composure, and patience. This didn't happen once, it happened once again. 25th of April 2026, I giving a pitch so important that if I do well, I'm in the top 5, I get to pitch Ghazal Alag, founder of Mama Earth, the next day. If I don't, it's disappointment, for which I had left my own housewarming, where my family is enjoying the housewarming party. I'm giving the business pitch. Something similar happened, but this time on the opposite side. The opposing team, Delhi Capitals, Shreyas Iyer's previous team again, scored 264 runs. And everyone's like, my friends are beside me sitting there like, boss, your team's lost. Just focus on your pitch. I'm like, we'll win. Again, we'll win, we'll win, we'll win. And I'm like, I don't care about the pitch because I'm going to perfect that. I just care about us winning. Surprise again. Shreyas Iyer being the highest run scorer, and we won. It came with patience, it came with tolerance. And what I understood was leadership comes to you naturally, but you just need patience, patience, and patience. I don't think it needs any understanding. That's it. Thank you. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ishan, for sharing your wonderful journey of upgrading. It was truly inspiring. Thank you. Now, we'll move to our next segment. Before that, I must say that we have talked about preparing for our upgrades. But what happens when life throws an unexpected system glitch and you have zero time to prepare? Anyone can tell me when was the first iPhone launched? Anyone? Which year?
2004.
No. You're close, but yes. Any other answer?
2001.
Okay, I'll give the answer. It's 2007. That was the time when first iPhone was launched. Now in 2007, Steve Jobs was unveiling the first iPhone at Macworld at San Francisco. His presentation remote suddenly stopped working. So he tried another one. Even that didn't work. Can you imagine? In a ceremony like that, thousands of people were watching. And while technicians worked backstage, do you think Steve Jobs panicked? No, he did not. He in fact smiled, acknowledged the problem, and while the technicians worked backstage, he kept the audience engaged by sharing a funny story about a prank he and Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak had played using a TV jammer when they were young. Now, this isn't just stage presence, that's thinking on feet. And that's exactly what Table Topics gives us today. Every attempt we do in Table Topics upgrades something: our spontaneity, our confidence, our ability to think under pressure, and our ability to recover when things don't go as planned. Please welcome our Table Topics master, Toastmaster Bharati. She's someone who wears different hats. One keeps the service running, the other keeps the audience laughing. By profession, she is a senior develop ops manager. She automates everything except her jokes. And by passion, she's a stand-up comedian because after dealing with production outages, making people laugh is just self-care. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for that wonderful introduction. Let us all gear up for the table topic session. So today morning, let us have some fun and engaging upgrade of ourselves. So we are all running Human OS 2026. Some of us are fully updated. Some of us are still running the version 2.0. And some of us have been ignoring that restart required notification for several months or maybe years. So let us get started. I need volunteers, or I would pick people from the randomly from the order that I see. Any volunteers? Kindly raise your hands. Okay, I see one hand up. Manoj, Toastmaster Manoj. This is your topic. Will you be able to come on camera, please?
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible and visible. Thank you for coming forward to take up the first topic. Okay, here is your topic. What situation in your life would become dramatically better if you could simply restart it? Let me repeat again. What situation in your life
would become dramatically better if you could simply restart it? Over to you.
I wish I could go back and restart. What? Going back into the womb of the mother of Donald Trump to become the most powerful individual in the world whom everybody points a finger at. But is least bothered. Today I want Greenland. Tomorrow I want Canada. Third day I want Iran. And the wish list goes on and on. Yes, I could restart over there if I could, so that everybody laughs at me at my back, of course. No one dares to do that in front because I'm the most powerful. You can fill in the blanks, whatever adjective comes in your mind. I won't do that for you. So the most powerful, whatever dash 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 in the whole humanity is cursing that guy, but he's least bothered. And when you're least bothered, you're one of the happiest guy in the world. Second time becoming the president. No one thought he's going to take it on. But yes, he did that. So he's evolving as the time goes by to prove his mettle and script his history. And is wanting to maybe get a Nobel Peace Prize, claiming that yes, I dissipated the situation between India and Pakistan when they are about to go on war, raising the bar every time to get a Nobel. And if no one supports, he's going to put sanctions on them. Don't you think? Do you think rather I should choose that or choose wherever I am? I think I'll choose wherever I am. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj, for that wonderful take on the topic. I truly enjoyed your perspective for that topic. So next, looking for another volunteer. Natasha, you want to? Okay, we'll go with the guest first.
Go with Deepthi first.
Yeah. Hi, Deepthi. Good to see you after a long time.
Yeah, hi Bharti. Very good to be back on this forum today.
Nice, nice. How are you doing?
All great. Yeah.
So here is your topic. What is one funny bug in your personality that you would like to fix and upgrade?
Funny bug. Very contrary. I am not a very funny person, but okay. Okay, let me just attempt. Okay. Good morning, Toastmasters and my dear guest. So we are talking about a funny bug. We all have different kind of notorious bugs in our personalities. It could be as good as being, notorious about things lying around here and there, or it could be giving sarcastic comments when things doesn't go your way. I, being a leader, sometimes I feel that controlling your inherent personalities or your inherent, you know, thoughts that keep, popping up at the back of your mind, it is very difficult to control because you know that you cannot joke around and pass the first thought you get in your mind when people come to you and give excuses like, I'm not feeling well, when you know that it is raining heavily right outside and Gurgaon is flooded with water. Because you know at the back of your mind, it is something that it's the nature that people want to take bunk the office. But at times, you have to control your first thought and try to be courteous and behave in a manner that okay, you are hearing them, but what I have realized that you, as you evolve, sometimes your tolerance towards taking all those shit excuses becomes very difficult. And this is one bug where at times I sometimes I want to be on the face, but I have to control, given that you are at a position where you have to feel that you are empathetic towards the people around you. So even though sometimes I try to be on the face, but I try to give up my peace of mind in a way that it is funny, but I just give it on the face. So this is one bug which I would definitely want to improve upon and raise my standards so that people don't feel offended, but at the same time they definitely get the vibe that I want to speak my mind out. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Guest Deepti, for that wonderful take. Looking for the next volunteer to take the table topic. Natasha, you want to go next?
Yep.
Okay. Imagine a genie appears in front of you and offers you an upgrade. But here is the twist. It has to be completely useless. What upgrade would it be? Let me repeat. Imagine a genie appears in front of you and offers you an upgrade, but here is the twist. The upgrade has to be completely useless.
Being a Toastmaster for the last so many years, I have loved talking. I really enjoy, and I think before we started the meeting, I was talking about connecting with each and every one of us here and connecting Chanda and Chandra and making useless talk. Not really. Toastmasters don't make useless talk, they make small talk. The only upgrade I think that a genie would be able to provide to a Toastmaster would be, which would be useless, was to not be able to make small talk. My goodness, what a world we would be in. I, for example, cannot imagine myself being in a situation where I cannot make small talk. Come on, 20 plus years of Toastmasters, and you upgrade me to say that you cannot make small talk? How useless is that? Because if you are not able to connect with people and find that little thing, that magic in each person, that is so, so useless. So if I was to ask for an upgrade, I would probably say, give me the presence of mind to make meaningful small talk instead of just continuing to talk. And do not upgrade me just for the heck of it. Back to you, Bharti.
Thank you, Natasha. I thought it could be a tough topic, and I was looking for someone who could really take it up, and thanks for nailing that. Looking for next volunteer. I remember, yeah, Rahul. Toastmaster Rahul, you will go with the next topic for you. So this is a world of AI.
Sure.
And consider a robo or some AI utility is now better than you at your job. Convince us why your company should still keep you. I'll repeat again. In the world of AI, there's a robo or some AI utility is now better than you at your job. Convince us why your company should still keep you. Over to you.
I understand that my responsibilities are taken by the AI which is there in my company. But manager, please listen to me. This AI cannot work without internet, and it cannot also work without battery. It has to have some charging, some power. This AI is dependent on something more precious, something which is not natural, something which is man made. If it is dependent on something, someday it will collapse. Once the power source is gone, you are not able to get your work done through AI. And you will need me definitely because I have skills, I have the knowledge in and out of the business, I have the emotional intelligence to understand the emotions of stakeholders, and also I am upgrading myself how to use this AI to automate my work. You know, I I think human intelligence is far, far superior than artificial intelligence. So please don't consider to cut my job and rethink before replacing me with the AI. Because I think the person n- who is working is not replaceable if he knows AI. And if AI isn't able to do the work because of some power cut, at least we humans have some manual way of working. Back to you, tabletop accounts.
Thank you, Rahul. Considering the world is full of AI, I think all of us can take notes from your answer. Now, the next topic, I see Subhya raising her hand. Hi, Toastmaster Subhya.
Hello, Toastmasters Bharti.
Here is your topic. If you could factory reset one belief you have about yourself, what would you replace it with? Let me repeat. If you could factory reset one belief you have about yourself, what would you replace it with?
Okay. Good morning, everyone. So, one belief that I have for myself is that I am very bad at camera. I even today I cannot face the camera. I have slowly developed it sitting in front of the online meetings, but I don't know, somehow I feel very conscious as soon as I go in front of the camera. Though my friends help me to understand that no, I look better without even informing me and taking my candid pictures, but still that thought in my mind, I am unable to remove that and throw and say that no, I look good at camera, I should do that. I am practicing it every day, but still somewhere somehow things it has been tangling into my mind so much that any even a simple photograph also, if they want, I go, though I'm not a very my smile is not really good, but still as soon as I stand in front of the camera, I become very serious. My face expressions go blank. I am seeing somewhere, or I do something stupid in front of the camera, that only to take one picture, the cameraman has to at least take 25 takes, I think. So that's a record, because when my brother was taking the shoot for my marriage profile, he really had tough time, because I gave a very tough time to both my brothers, because they were asking me to sit, stand, give poses, which I couldn't. And I see, whenever I see everybody, I have a mobile, okay, to say that, but I still can't take a selfie. I don't know how to take a selfie. I am very bad at. Yes, of course, if God gives me that power of resetting it, I would go definitely with all that request. I would first reset that thought of I am not good in front of camera. Over to you, TTM Bharti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Subhya, for that experience sharing. I also have a similar experience. I'm not that I'm uncomfortable in front of camera, but whenever I perform in front of an audience, and my facial expressions are like very weird, and every time the cameraman clicks a picture, either my mouth is like this, that every time the photo comes very horrible. So I could relate with whatever you were saying. So next topic. People excuse my sore throat, please. I should have told it earlier, but yeah, you have been bearing with my voice for the last few minutes. Kindly bear with me for another few minutes. Looking for the next volunteer. Toastmaster Satish. Yes. Toastmaster Satish, here is your topic. Sometimes life upgrades us through uncomfortable experiences. What difficult experience taught you something you couldn't have learned otherwise? Let me repeat. Sometimes life upgrades us through uncomfortable experiences. What difficult experience taught you something you couldn't have learned otherwise?
This is a nice topic. I think life gives you full of experiences, and we learn a lot of things from life experiences. So, what happened with me when I was working in a Taluk hospital, I was on duty in the night. So, one child was brought to the hospital and immediately collapsed. And before we can do anything, the child expired. Even we tried to intubate and do the CPR, so but the child expired. So we thought it was a asthma and a sudden death because of the breathing difficulty, like that. So the bystander was also not giving any correct answer, so we sent the child body back to the parents without registering anything, any abnormal incident. But what happened, the next day, the neighbor came to our OP and told that this child was actually poisoned. It is a accidental poisoning because this child's grandmother was looking after the child. The child and grandmother were alone. But this grandmother was young. The one neighbor was molesting her every time. So she got angry and she put a poison and in the food he was supposed to take. But unfortunately, the child took the poison and they brought the child to our office. So we did not think too much. So we just took it as a normal case and sent it back. But this turned out to be a murder or accidental poisoning. So I learned that always, whenever you see a unnatural death, always report to the police. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. We cannot take anything for granted. Thank you. Over to the table topic, master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satish. That was a very sad thing to hear. Moving on to the next topic, looking for volunteer. Anyone in the group? Chandra, evaluator 1. Do you want to go with the topic?
Little hard to me go. Okay, I'll try my best.
I will give you a simple topic, okay?
Yeah,
So,
that may help me a lot.
if you want to upgrade, or if you want, okay, let me put it this way. Again, coming to AI, okay? if AI could upgrade one skill in you overnight, what would you choose and why? Let me repeat. If AI could upgrade one skill in you overnight, what would you choose and why? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharati, for giving me this opportunity. AI, the thought process in the people is saying that it replaces the man, right? But that never will happen. It is as needed. Without human, none of the artificial intelligence is not going to work in the society. So if I thought to give the input to the AI, that would be the my repeated work which I am doing. So that has to be replaced with the AI. That could be the agent which will help to review, analyze, and giving the prompt decisions on the content, so that I could really or ready to give the input to the AI to create the agent which will solve the day-to-day activities to avoid the ambiguous works or the unintentional or the so much of legacy work, to avoid the legacy work. Thank you. Over to you, Bharati.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chandra, for taking the topic. We are going to have one last topic. I need one last volunteer to take the topic. Anyone?
Can we try one more time?
Yeah, you can try. Sure.
Sure, I would like to. Thank
I
you.
really love that spirit, Toastmaster Rahul. Okay, here is your topic. Imagine your energy is at 5%. What is the one thing that can recharge you? Let me repeat. Imagine your energy is at 5%. What is the one thing that can recharge you?
You know what it is today? I am at 5% because I haven't had my breakfast. Also, I woke up at 4 a.m. I don't know. From 2 days, I am waking up at 4 a.m. but sleeping at 11. Still, one thing which can increase my energy, I think, is an egg. Because you know how important it is to eat an egg? It is my lifeline because it has so many vitamins. It has protein. It's the powerhouse of your body. Every cell in your body is built of protein, you know? And whenever I try to consume an egg, it gives me instant energy. While I was in our counter in today's meeting, I was about to have my breakfast. I had only one, but it instantly boosted me with shots of energy. And I think that this is something which is very serious. Nowadays in India, we are not having a proper balanced diet. Even we are missing our breakfast. It's something to think upon, and we should always start rethinking how we can improve our energy levels through food, right? That's why Sunday ho ya Monday, rose khao ande. That means it's even if it's Sunday or Monday, you should always eat ande, eggs. Thank you. Back to you, TDM.
Wow, what a great take on that. And coincidentally, I also had one boiled egg right before this meeting. So I can connect, really resonate with you. So with this, we come to the end of the table topic session for the day. And thank you everyone for taking up this opportunity and doing this impromptu speaking. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Sucharita.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Bharti, for those interesting topics you have conducted for us. And I also would like to congratulate all the members and guests who have participated wonderfully and have taken one more step to evolve. We'll now move on to our next segment. So we have prepared, we have performed, we have tested our ability to think on our feet. But how do we know what is the next step we should improve on? On that note, one quick question I have. How many Olympic medals did PV Sindhu won? Anyone who can answer? How many Olympic medals did PV Sindhu won? You can give me a simple number, it's below 5.
I got two of them.
Correct, that's right. She has won 2 Olympic medals, both in women's singles. So one was silver, which was in 2016 Rio Olympics, and another one was bronze in 2020 Tokyo Olympics. And also she is the first Indian woman to win 2 individual Olympic medals. Now why I'm sharing her experience, because on several occasions she mentioned about how her coach's feedback helped her to develop different aspects of her game, from strategy, technique to defense, footwork, movement, and so on. Why? Because even at that highest level where she plays, feedback is critical. Feedback helps us to see what we ourselves cannot see. And that's exactly what our evaluation segment offers us today. It helps us recognize what we are doing well and what we can improve. It gives us a direction in our next upgrade. So let's now welcome our general evaluator, Toastmaster Amanda, to lead the evaluation segment.
Thank you, Toastmasters Sucharita. First, we'll be doing the evaluation session. I invite the first evaluator, Toastmaster Chandra. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amanda. Yeah. So today my target speaker, Toastmaster Chand Gurudatta. Okay. So, Chanda, I like the way you started your speech with a question. It helped the audience to connect with your mentoring and mentoring helps to evolve it. And with the title of speech, it rotates. Sorry, the circle that continues. So it really you circle it all the your mentoring. Okay, and spoke about the mentoring clearly way and shared own experience with responsibility, showing how the mentor helped to evolve step by step of your career or your initial career path. And I see confidence on the content or the personal example taking with your brother on the meaningful showed the how the journey is evolving along with the as a speaker. That will be the, I mean to say, topmost which went well. And if I come to be a little bit, I mean to say, to improve, try to reduce the movement on the stage. Maybe I could not able to realize online completely, but I see so much of movements while you're delivering your speech. And I see the complete flat the speech. And maybe you need to improve that your tone should be much more evaluate clearly to the audience when you put the question or the based on the sentence or the statement. And the I see the Mumbai local train, local Mumbai and Bangalore people coincidence comparison is happen. But instead that, I would say it could be like you would have been taken the Mumbai local train example, where they push, no need to, if you stand in front of the local train, they will push you in the train itself. It is everywhere the human only. So that will give the more clarity while mentoring the message to the idea on the evolve strongly. And suggestion for the maybe the next steps, the next speech, maybe you need to practice on the voice variation control on the stage. And one story is more detail on the audience can understand your message better. Is the mentoring helps personal level. Okay, so overall, I mean to say for your project, the P2L3, sorry, L2P3. It confront and usual speech. You explained how mentoring helps learn, grow, and evolve through our own experience. With the better voice or the variation, less stage movement, and clear like between the examples and the message. So the next steps will evolve you into the even stronger one. So well done. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Amanda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chandra. Next, I invite the second evaluator, Toastmaster Subia. Over to you.
Hello, everyone, and a very special hello to my target speaker today, Ishan. Today, I have got the evaluation in three parts, like what you excelled at, what are the areas of improvement, and overall summary. So, the very good thing that you excelled at, if I should say, is you started directly from like stating like what exactly how you felt the leadership was, what happened. And not only that, you also added humor to it, like my gut going on a holiday, collection of trophies more than grades at the age of 13, because that time is when people are more focused on their academics than the co-curricular activities. Not only that, I also appreciate you being get disturbed and still restarting your speech. It did not affect you so much. You kept on doing your speech, and but still when we asked you to stop the speech, you did not hesitate to restart the speech once again. That was a very good quality in you, which I could see as a speaker. Not only that, you bravely accepted your weaknesses, like you got impatient, taking too much of pressure, which took you to another level of like failure, or how it affected your how it impacted your personal behavior. And then also the observations that you came out, and what should be the qualities of a good leader, like having patience, conviction, courage. Overall, you had a, though you couldn't stand at that place, I understand, but still the expressions from your hands and from your face were good. The body language was good. The voice modulation, especially when you wanted to take it to a high level, show excitement, you did that. And you made the voice a little slow when it had to go down, and you wanted to share something which was really not happening, or you wanted to give something of suspense. Now, coming to the area of improvement, you couldn't, though you evolved your leadership, but you could have shared the primary leadership style of yours. You did not particularly mention that, because the purpose of the speech is for you to identify your leadership style and state that what your leadership style is. And you had multiple anecdotes, maybe connecting here and there together. You could have picked one anecdote and completely explained your leadership style through it. And specifically, I was very curious to know about your personal story, your pitch. Did you really get to meet the Shark Tank, the ghazal of Shark Tank? that would have really been more impactful in your entire speech. Overall, to summarize it, it was an excellent speech with that humor, good body language, and voice modulation. There was also a personal touch. You could have completely gone like achieved the purpose if you could have shared what was that leadership style you recognized for yourself. I loved every bit of it. It made me a kind of nostalgic because it took me back to my school days. Now, wishing you good luck for your future speeches. Thank you so much. Over to you, Amanda, Toastmaster Amanda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bia. Now we will do the tag team reports. First, I invite the timer, Toastmaster Pradyumna.
Yeah, just a moment, please. I'm sharing the screen, noting down the time of last evaluator. Just a minute. Meanwhile, could you please go with the Hello. Amanda, could you please go with the No, I will get back into Hello.
Okay, we will do the account report. Toastmaster Rahul, over to you.
Is my screen visible? Sorry, I was speaking on mute.
Yes, it is.
Okay. These are the filler words used by the participants, the Toastmasters today. The major and most repetitive filler word is and followed by so and and there were repetitive words used by some. These are jobs. Steve Jobs. It should be Steve Jobs. Then should be once. Then one neighbor, the neighbor should be the right one. And then evaluation should be evaluation. And this is the sum total of all the and how much of filler words we have used. And if you would like to see the graphical representation, this is the That's all for my our counter report. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. Next, I invite the grammarian, Toastmaster Tejaswani. Share my screen. Is my screen visible? Yes.
Can anyone? Okay. This is the report. Firstly, Toastmaster Chandra, first speaker, prepared speech. The strong phrase there she have used is Phillips saw potential in me when I didn't even say it myself. And the good vocabularies are insightful, thoughtful, perspective, and influential. I have not heard word of the day and idiom of the day as well. Next, coming to grammatical mistakes, those conversations that is changing me. Instead of using that, like you can say it, those conversations changed me. And also, business analyst were known talking. Instead of that, you can say business analysts were known for talking. This is the grammatical mistakes I identified, and I suggest improvements in, like, there were a few instances where sentence could be made grammatically smoother. And next, coming to Toastmaster Ishan, the second speaker, leadership, like the strong phrase used by Ishan is leadership comes to you naturally. I have not heard word of the day and idiom of the day. The grammatical mistake is I take so much of pressure. Instead of that, you can say I put so much of pressure on me. You can correct like that. And improvements I can suggest reduce repetitions, improve sentence structure. Can do that. Next, coming to Toastmaster Deepti, table topic speaker. The good vocabularies are notorious, inherent, and tolerance. I heard like word like she used word of the day one time and idiom of the day as well. Okay, next grammar. She said things doesn't go your way. Instead of that, you can say things don't go your way. And improvement. No much suggestions. Things are good. Next, coming to Toastmaster Nitasha, table topic speaker. The strong phrase she used is find that little things that magic in each person. Good vocabularies are meaningful small talk. And I have not heard the word of the day and idiom of the day as well. No grammatical mistakes I have heard. Things good looks good. And next, coming to Toastmaster Rahul, table topic speaker. The strong phrase he used is the person who is working is not replaceable. This is the strong phrase he used. And good vocabularies are emotional and emotional intelligence. A small grammatical mistake is AI can't work without human. Instead of that, like you should say AI can't work without humans. It is not human. You should say humans. And next, improvement suggested avoid repeatedly using those words. Those are like you avoid repeatedly using same words. And next, coming to Toastmaster Sobia, table topic speaker. The strong phrase she used is I would first reset that thought of I'm not good in front of camera. This is the strong phrase she used. And good vocabularies are tough time and tricks. Not heard the word of the day and idiom of the day as well. The small grammatical mistake is I really had a tough time. Add a tough time. Instead of that, you can say I really had a tough time. This is a small grammatical mistake. And the small improvement suggestion I give, like I can provide is reduce repetitions. That is the small suggestion from my side. And next, coming to Toastmaster Satish, table topic speaker. This strong phrase is you can't take anything for granted. This is the strong phrase used by Satish. And vocabularies are revive and bystander. These are the strong vocabularies. And I have not heard word of the day and idiom of the day as well. A small grammatical so a small grammatical mistake is we tried to revive do the CPR. Instead of that, you can say we tried to revive the child and performs CPR. This is the small change you can correct it. And small suggestion, improve sentence structure. Nothing. This is the small suggestion from my side. This is the overall report from grammarian side. Thank you. Over to you, Amanda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tejaswini. And I invite the timer, Toastmaster Parima, for giving his report.
Am I audible?
Yes.
I'm sharing my screen. Please let me know once visible. Yeah. Today's timer report. Is my screen visible?
Not yet.
Now?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Today's timer report. The speeches. Chanda took 7 minutes 12 seconds on the red card, get qualified. Ishan took on yellow card 6 minutes 49 seconds, qualified. Table topics. Manoj took 2 minutes 29 seconds, just one more second. Deepthi is not qualified. She took 2 seconds extra. Nitasha took 1 minute 29 seconds on the green. Rahul exactly 2 minutes. Subia also exactly 2 minutes. And Satish is disqualified 2 minutes and 43 seconds. And Chandra is on 1 minute 34 seconds. Rahul 1 minute 57 seconds. And today's evaluations. Chandra is disqualified 4 minutes and 12 seconds. I regret to say he saw the ghost. And Subia exactly 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the threshold. To summarize, there are two disqualifications in table topics and one in evaluation. No disqualifications. And standing out, Nitasha is the only person to come in the green card. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pradyumna. Now I'll be giving my general elevator report. Our meeting started at 10:01 and Asarjana Tom Toastmaster Tejaswini set the tone of the meeting really beautifully. She had a wonderful script. The only thing I think would improve the Asarjana Tom's role would if she had done it a bit more enthusiastically.
Can you keep your mic near to?
Now am I audible?
Yes, better.
Okay. The only thing I would think would make her role a little bit better if she had been a little bit more enthusiastic. Because I noticed she has a bit calm voice, and while that is of course wonderful, a bit more enthusiasm for the Sergeant at Arms roles would be great. Then I was a presiding officer, and then next we had the Toastmaster of the day, Sucharita, and she had a wonderful theme, infinite upgrade, and throughout the meeting she had wonderful examples from different different parts parts from the Olympics, from different areas, and I really loved how she did her role. The only thing that she had audience engagement, she had a wonderful smile. The one thing that I could feel if I could improve her role if she had given a personal example from her own life, like she had given examples from the world, like how different examples. If you, I'd be nice to hear a example from my own life story. That's the only thing I could say. The table topic, Master gave wonderful questions and has done her role really well. The first speaker, Toastmaster Manoj, he had a he had a really wonderful philosophical take on the topic. And for me personally, if I had heard of personal story in his topic, would have been great. Otherwise, he did a wonderful topic speech. The second speaker, if she had shown some hand gestures, uh, it would have been wonderful because she had a wonderful content, but I don't think he showed any hand gestures. Then the third speaker, Natasha, I think. I don't really have any recommendations. Wonderful table topic speech. The fourth speaker, I'm not sure why, but then there was no eye contact during the during the table topic speech. You're having wonderful content, but you weren't really looking at us. You're looking at the right side or right side. Not sure why. The fifth speaker had a wonderful personal story from his life, but it was going very slowly. There was no smooth flow in the speech. He would pause like maybe for every word while he's talking. If he had speaking more smoothly, it would have been great. And the sixth topic speaker, you were if you had given an example of how you were talking about if you had given an example of a situation in which an incident happened in your life, would have been great because
You were telling that I would have done, you gave wonderful developing content, but in a situation in your own life would have been made developing speech a lot better. Then the seventh speaker, Rahul, gave a table topic again, and I loved his content. He had in the Hindi quote, Sunday, Monday, something like that. I really liked it because it had a small touch of humor into the speech. And the first speaker, I felt she could have emphasized her words in few instances in her speech. They could have really made an impact in her speech. Then for the evaluation, I felt they were lacking eye contact in certain instances, but otherwise you gave a wonderful evaluation. You were giving wonderful, feedbacks and suggestions and everything, but at some places you weren't sounding confident about yourself, You are giving wonderful evaluation, so sound confident about what you're saying. And I noticed that you were not sure about the name and the project of which project you are doing. You had to, this beforehand itself be sure about the name and project and level. Then the evaluator to Tosma Subia, if you could have adjust the camera angle, we could have seen your hand gestures because I noticed you were doing hand gestures, but then because of the camera angle, we couldn't really see it. Then the R counter had a really detailed report. I loved the report, and the introduction also was done really well. You did your role really wonderfully, and I do not have any recommendations for you. The grammarian also has done her role really well. I think she has taken the role for the first time, and she has done her role wonderfully. I noticed that in her report, she mentions the person who like name and the person who has like suggestion for the person. It it's nice. It's nice to know that like what do I say, when someone does some good usages, you can mention their name. But if someone makes a mistake, let that remain. Don't tell the name of the person who made the mistake. Let that remain. Like let them not know the person's name. Then the timer also has done his role really well. I really love the timer's report. Was looked really colorful to me, and I really loved the report. And I think I have covered everyone. And now I hand over back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmasters Sujarita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amanda, speech evaluators, and tag team for your valuable insights. As we come close to this meeting, I would like to mention that throughout this meeting, we have seen infinite upgrade happening. Awareness, preparation, performance, feedback, and then another upgrade. The journey we have from our first speech to the version we are today in this meeting shows our commitment to evolve and upgrade. Our phones receive new versions automatically, but we don't. We have to choose our next upgrade. So when you leave today, don't ask yourself, am I good enough? Ask, what's my next upgrade? Because there is no final version of a speaker, a leader, or any one of us. There is always another upgrade, infinite upgrade. Thank you. With that, I will now hand over the meeting to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Amanda. Over to you, Toastmaster Amanda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sucharita, for doing such a wonderful job as a Toastmaster of the day. I have put the voting link in the Zoom chat. I request everyone to cast your votes. Today we had a wonderful meeting with a wonderful theme, two great speeches by Toastmaster Ishan and Toastmaster Chanda. And we had two wonderful evaluators, Toastmaster Subia and Toastmaster Chandra. I thank all of you for doing such a wonderful job. And our tag team, Toastmaster Tejaswini, Toastmaster Rahul, and Toastmaster Pradyumna. I thank you so much for helping us run the meeting. And let me check the votes. I invite the guests to speak about the meeting, how they felt about the meeting. Toastmaster Lulu.
Hey, Amanda. Glad to see you again. Actually, I joined the meeting very late and I'm a workplace. Actually, I'm in office. Not it's not my convenient time to speak, but and I also miss the tabletop session. And all in all, I think the meeting is as wonderful as usual, and I'm looking forward to hearing more unique, creative, and enthusiastic speech in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lulu. Toastmaster Priya.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, Toastmaster Amanda, ma'am.
Good morning.
How was the meeting, Toastmaster Priya?
Today was good and nice, ma'am. I like it. I like the word of today's word of day. Evolve. It's good to how to grow that and all. And after that, today's idioms also I like it.
Do you have any feedback for us?
No idea, ma'am. No.
Okay.
Because I'm also learning. But it's really nice. I learned so many things.
Great. I have received 5 votes, and a meeting we have 10 members. It'd be great if all of you vote. 5 more people of us vote. Okay, now we have 6 votes. I will announce the results. The best speaker is actually a tie between Toastmaster Chanda and Toastmaster Ishan. The best evaluator is Toastmaster Chandra. The best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Natasha. And the best role taker is the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sucharita. Best auxiliary role taker is the timer, Toastmaster Pradyumna. Let's give a big round of applause to all the winners today. I thank all of the guests for attending the meeting. And it's time for us to now declare meeting number 230 of All Women and Entrepreneurs Toastmasters Club officially closed. See you all next Tuesday, same time, with another incredible meeting. Bye, everyone, and have a good day ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you.